Hey, I'm Steve. We're at Galey's Marine in Bakersfield, California, and this is a brand new 2023 Moomba Craz. The Craz is a 22-foot boat. It was freshly redesigned for the 2023 model year. It weighs 4,700 pounds, it has 4,500 pounds of factory ballast, and it's rated for 15 people. This thing throws an amazing wake and wave. It's got some traditional styling with the pointed bow design and a lot more depth for the 2023 model year. You can see we got the Roswell Pro Edge tower on it and some wet sound speakers up there. Boatmate trailer with some real nice 18-inch wheels. And as we dig through the boat, we'll get into some of the details of what really makes this boat so great. So let's get to it, and we'll show you the new Moomba Craz. Okay, so before we jump in the boat, I just want to point out a couple things here at the transom. First and foremost, our surf plate. Moomba offers two different surf plates, their standard Flow 2 surf system, and this has the upgraded Flow 3 system. The Flow 2 system is one single plate with a single actuator. You can see this has the secondary actuator and this small corner plate here. What that corner plate does, when the surf plate goes down, the corner plate retracts in, and that helps create a little bit of yaw in the boat, which is a little bit of twisting. That twisting helps us clean up the face of the surf wave without having to compromise ballast weight or move people around and roll the boat over more to clean the face of the wave up. So the yaw plate works really well. It's all tied into the setting of the main plate, so there's no adjustment there that you have to control to set your main plate where you want it, and the yaw plate is going to adjust automatically. You can see we also have a nice big smart plate right in the center. The smart plate is designed to help us plane. Once the boat is on plane, the plate will retract to its last set position. You can control that set position off of a lever under the wheel, and what that's allowing the boat to do is drop deeper in the water on the back to create more peak on top of your wake or your surf wave. And then for those beginner riders that don't need it so aggressive, we can put the plate down and mellow out the wake and wave a little more by making it more rampy rather than so peaked up. We also have the surf pipe on this particular boat. The surf pipe is a great option for giving you a little more of a fresh air exhaust experience. That exhaust is coming out behind your surfer rather than right at the back of the boat. And then it also muffles the motor noise. So if you're really trying to rail the stereo and get some music back to your riders, the surf pipe helps out with that quite a bit. Great transom look on the back end here, a little bit different from what we've seen in Moomba in the past couple years with a solid bench seat. It's raised slightly in the center where our walkthrough is, and then recessed on the ends. We have some cup holders on the corner, and as you can see, some adjustable seating on the transom there with some backrests. So we'll jump up inside and we'll get into those details and get into the dash a little bit and show you all the nuts and bolts of the brand new Moomba Craz. All right, so we're up inside the boat, and I want to point out some of the different seating arrangements that we have in the Moomba Craz. Nice backrest here, that's a standard feature. Really nice to keep people off the driver's seat. As we move to the back, we have the rear sun deck flip-up seats. Nice wide backrest there, so if you're out hanging out on the boat, floating around, very comfortable to lounge on the back of the boat. You can see we have a nice walkover over the engine compartment. It's recessed, it's nice and wide. We have a step here on the first seat, so as you're getting in and out, you're not stepping on any upholstery. It's all covered in Gator Step non-skid, so slip resistant. We have a nice ski pylon here, so if you want to go out for a water ski rip, pop the pylon up, or if you're going to do some tubing, you can use the pylon. And then for your wake sports, we have surfside tow points and our standard tow point for your wake surf and wakeboarding needs. As we move forward, we do have the slide seat here. There is an optional backrest that you can put in the boat. The backrest stores underneath the slide seat, and so that way it's out of the way, but when you want that extra rear-facing seating, makes it a little more comfortable for the people sitting here if they have a backrest. And then new on the Moomba Craz for the redesigned 2023 model is this seat here. This cushion comes out, and we have a backrest similar to this that plugs in right into here. That way the person sitting in your observer seat, they can be much more comfortable. Instead of twisting in the seat and kind of leaning over all day, they can really kind of get comfortable in this seat. And if you're a mom out there, having that seat back here to keep the kids over there, definitely enjoyable. You know what I'm talking about. So the driver's seat has a real nice cutout to it. The bolster flip up on the front. So if you need to sit up a little bit taller, you can. And standard on the Moombas for 2023 is the adjustable seat pedestal. So you have another 3 to 4 inches of adjustment in there, whether you want to sit up nice and tall or slam the seat to the floor and be hidden by the windshield there. All right, so to continue showing you the seating layout in this boat, you can see the big bench seats here. They are on a hinge now, which a lot of people really like that hinge seat, especially on such a long bench seat. You're not taking it out and handing it to somebody while you dig through storage. So some nice hinges for the bench seats here on both sides. You can see that our storage compartment has a rubberized non-skid on it, so anything that's down in there, it's not sliding around. We do have ballast under the midship level here on the Moomba Craz, so a lot of ballast in this boat, but we still have a good amount of storage in it. This is the additional seat backrest here so that you can have somebody sitting here comfortably and not laying on top of the person in the observer seat. If you're looking at our side panels with our cup holders, not only do we have some cool blue lighting and some cup holders, but we also have some phone holders down in here. So a couple slots here, a couple slots there, and then 2 more slots up here. So plenty of room for cell phones, plenty of cup holders, and hopefully somebody's not jamming up one of those cup holders with their phone. As we move to the observer seat, just a kind of a swing open backrest here with the stab in seat cushion. Nice big deep storage compartment there. Our batteries are stored down in here. They have a nice lid over the top so they're covered, as well as being in boxes. We have our amplifiers on the wall there, battery switch on the inside panel with an access door on the outside here, so you're not digging down into that compartment to get to the battery switch. And this actually runs all the way up to the front of the boat. In the Craz series, we do have a bow ballast bag under the front seats, but when the bag is empty, we do have plenty of storage up there. The glove box is the same on every boat in the Moomba line, just a nice flat lid here, little tray in the back for the small things. The idea with the flat lid is to give visibility to the driver to see through the windshield. And then a nice big door here on the side to open up. That way any of the larger items that you want to store in the glove box can go through this door. That runs all the way to the side of the boat, so plenty of storage down inside of there. So we move up into the bow, even though it is a traditional bow, you can see we do have a lot of room here, a lot of length. Our filler cushion has non-skid on one side and cushion on the other side, so you can have the full playpen, a little bit of walkway here, or you can pull the filler cushion out altogether and have a walkway all through the front. We do have storage in the front. Pull this one up. So a little bit of storage there if you need it. Probably not a bad place to throw an anchor up there. I would put maybe a little tray in there so it's not sitting on top of the ballast bag, but a nice little open compartment in the front. And then subwoofer is going to store down in here under the driver's helm, and it's in a box with the same gator step flooring wrapped around it so it matches the rest of the boat. We'll get you a shot of that. Okay, so we're at the dash, and really clean looking dash on all the Moomba line this year. They are all identical. We have this nice flat brow over the top, a real big pocket in here for sunglasses, keys, wallets. You know, usually the driver has their own stuff kind of thrown over here, and then everybody else is jamming stuff in the glove box. So nice little tray there for the driver to store some of their things. Phone holder on the outside here. This is a charge port, so wireless charging, just hook your phone up and it will charge your phone all day. We have an additional wireless charger there, so you can just drop a phone into that compartment and it will keep you charged as well. Brand new Fusion head unit this year. Comes with a really cool app that you can download to your phone for all your Bluetooth needs, and then surf switch on this side. We have our wake plate adjustment here, so that smart plate that's on the back of the boat in the center to help us with planing and shaping the wake can be controlled from here. And then our speed adjustment can be controlled on this lever on the right hand side, which is real nice because anything that you might need to do for your rider while driving the boat, it's kind of right in your hands already. It's very easy to reach under and bump those levers a little bit. We do have tilt steering, so if you want to sit real close or stand up, adjust the wheel, make it nice and comfortable for you. You can see on the right hand side we have our 7-inch touchscreen as well as our switches there. Switches are going to control all your lights, your ballast, your nav lights. If you have a heater on the boat, underwater lights, bilge, blower, all that stuff controlled on the switches there. A lot of that stuff can be controlled through the dash as well. So if we wanted to fill ballast and do it through the dash rather than do it through the switches, we could do a couple things. We have some presets here. We could activate a preset and turn on our auto wake, and then that is going to fill to the desired setting. We could also touch any one of these empty boxes here and tell each section of ballast how much we want to put in, or we could tell it to fill all, drain all, or stop all from this same screen. So really nice feature there for the techie people that like to work on the dash a little bit more. On the left-hand side, we have our fuel gauge over here. On the right-hand side is our wake plate setting. And then these are just kind of some quick go-to touch points that can display some different information. So engine hours, water temperature, oil pressure, time of day, those types of features. And then we have our speed setting here. So we can advance the speed or decrease the speed there. We could turn the speed control on and off. And then we also have our depth over here on this side. To get to the next page, we could do one of a couple things. We could either swipe across the screen, or we could just touch the next icon on the top of the page right there. And then this shows you our pitch and roll settings, also shows you our displacement. So this little bar in the middle, as we have more weight in the boat and it's sitting deeper in the water, it's going to show more displacement. The more displacement we have, the bigger and stronger our surf wave is going to get. So really cool feature there, very easy to understand. We also have some icons here to decrease our pitch or increase our pitch. Same with our roll. We could decrease the roll or increase the roll. And those are all going to fine tune our wakes and waves. What's really nice about the Moomba boats is if you don't know how to shape your wakes and waves, the auto wake system works really well for that. To activate auto wake, we just hit the button right there, and it's going to set up the boat based on what we're doing. So if we're going to go wakeboarding, it knows we want to be nice and balanced. So if we have people lined up on the passenger side and the boat is leaning, the boat will sense that and will automatically activate ballast to level the boat back out. What it's going to do, if it has room to fill ballast, it could fill on the driver's side to roll it over. If it doesn't, it will drain on the passenger side to level it out that way. Also based off your preset. So if you want to have roughly half ballast and activate the 50% amplitude, it may decide to drain some ballast instead of fill because of where you are with your amplitude at the moment. So really cool system, very easy to get comfortable with. We usually do at least one demo, if not two, with our customers. And usually by the second time they've used a boat, they're getting really comfortable, and their first trip or two to the lake by themselves, they really start to understand the system and don't need much help with it. We also have some different views on this screen. We have a beginner view, which is basically just showing you ballast weight and capacity weight. And then from there, our intermediate view shows what we just had. And then our advanced view, oops, sorry, wrong button there. Let's go back. Our advanced view is actually going to show you where to put either a person or weight to help fine tune the wake and wave even more. So really cool system with several different views, but all really basic and user friendly. And then we have our plate settings down here on the bottom, RPM, and our set speed as well. The last icon here is for GPS mapping. If you option the boat with the GPS mapping, you can save waypoints, you can track waypoints. So really cool if you're going to hit like Lake Powell, where there's lots of little fingers and channels. You can save your spot where your houseboat is, kind of plan a whole day and get back to that spot even without really having to know the waterways that well. So really cool to have the mapping if you do some big trips. All in all, very simple, easy boat to learn how to use. Great wakes and waves out of it, and we see big things for this Moomba Craz for 2023. It is the only boat in the Moomba line that has that traditional bow, and as much as wide bows kind of became all the craze, we do see more and more people looking for that traditional look. So great job by Moomba Boats. They really nailed this one. Before we jump out, I do want to show you some of the storage on the back end of the boat, and we'll wrap this thing up. All right, so before we finish this thing off, I just wanted to show you a quick shot of the back end of the boat as far as storage goes. We optioned this boat with the rear storage tub, so that's these two side tubs here. Gives you enough room to stack some life jackets, ropes and handles, that sort of thing, but not have to go diving down into the back end of the boat and dig around ballast bags. Some people really like the tubs, others prefer just to put their stuff on top of the bags and have a little more storage. But we do have a small tray here over the top of the engine as well. That's a great spot for the ropes and handles. If you like to get out in the cold water, I always like to throw my cold wet life jacket there and kind of warm it up a little bit before I put it back on. So nice little warming tray we got. And that kind of wraps it up. 2023 Moomba Craz. It's a great boat. It's got plenty of room in it, great wake and wave to it. And I hope this little walkthrough answered all your questions. If not, feel free to shoot us a message, reach out to us. Whatever we can do to help, that's the goal. You know, we want to make sure that your boating experience is fun and easy, and we will do whatever it takes to make sure that you're getting the information you need. So thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We're going to try and keep the content coming. We're going to try and do some service stuff as well, so teaching people how to do a winterize on their boat or a water pump on their boat, and just keep that knowledge flowing for you. So thank you again, and we'll see you on the next one.